friends, how are you all? I am Janvi here and I hope you all are fit as a fiddle and doing great in your life. Okay, so here we all know that we develop a habit of reading book. Okay, so for today our topic is forget about goals, focus on system instead. Okay, so let's get going. Let's start. Prevailing wisdom claims that the best way to achieve what we want in life, getting into better shape, building a successful business, relaxing more and worrying less, spending more time with friends, family, is to set a specific, actionable goals. For many years, this was how I approached my habit too. Each one was a goal to be reached. I set goals for the grades I wanted to get in school, for the weights I wanted to lift in the gym, for the profit I wanted to earn in business. I succeeded at a few, but I failed at a lot of them. Eventually, I began to realize that my results had very little to do with the goals I set and nearly everything to do with the system I followed. What is the difference between system and goals? It is a destination. I first learned from the Scott Adams, the cartoonist behind the Dalvet comic. Okay, goals are about the result you want. First, let me tell you that what is the difference between the goals and system. Whatever we think to become, that is our goal, and in which process we have to go through, that is our system. So in this topic, author want to say that instead of focusing on your goal, on your final destination, focus on your system, on the progress. Okay, to achieve system are about where we were. Okay, what is the difference between system and goals? It is a destination. I first learned from the Scott Adams, the cartoonist behind the Dalvet comic. Goals are about the result you want to achieve. System are about the process that led to those results. Okay, got it? If you are coach, your goal might to win championship. Your system is the way you recruit players. So if you suppose that you are a coach of any sport, so your goal will be to win a championship. Okay, but what will be your process or your system to recruit good players? Okay, manage your assistant coaches and conduct practice. If you are an entrepreneur, your goal might to be a build a $1 million business. Your system is how you test product idea, hire employee and run marketing campaign. If you are a musician, your goal might be a play a new piece. Your system is how often you practice, how you break down and tackle difficult measures, and your method for receiving feedback from the instruction. Now, for the interesting question, if you completely ignored your goals and focused only on your system, would you still succeed? For example, if you were a basketball coach and you ignored your goal to win a championship and focused only on what your team does at practice each day, would you still get a result? I think you would. The goal is any sport is to finish with the best score, but it would be ridiculous to spend the whole game starting at a scoreboard. The only way to actually win is to get better each day. In the words of 3-time Super Bowl winner Bill Benson, the score takes card of instead. The same is true for other areas of life. If you want better result, then forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. What do I mean by this? Are goals completely useless? Of course not. Goals are good for the setting us direction, but systems are best for making progress. A handful of problems arise when you spend too much time thinking about your goals and not enough time designing your system. Problem first, winners and losers have the same goals Goal setting suffers from a serious case of survivorship biases. We concentrate on the people who end up winning, the survivors, and mistakenly assume that ambitious goal led to their success, while overlooking all of people who had the same object but didn't succeed. Every Olympian wants to win gold medal. Every candidate wants to get the job, and if successful and unsuccessful people share the same goals, then the goal can't be what differentiate the winners from the loser. It was the goal of winning the Tour de France that propelled the British cyclists to the top of the sport. Presumably, they had wanted to win the race every year before, just like every other professional team. The goal had always been there. It was only when they implemented a system of continuous small improvement that they achieved a different outcome. Okay, so here we can understand that why we need to focus more on our system instead of goal, because suppose if we have any goal and we are not working on our progress, so we will not achieve that goal. But suppose that if you don't have a goal, it means it doesn't mean that you don't have to set your goal. But suppose if you don't have a clear goal, and even if you are working on your progress, so surely you are going to get through. Okay, because you are working on your system, so you are improving yourself each day. So in that way, our system is more important rather than our goals. Okay, but if you have a both, that will be a superb. So okay, there is one of the example also, that British cyclist had always a goal that they want to be a championship. Okay, and they want to win a their cycling. Okay, but they never won that. But after working on their system, they go through that. Okay, they go through the process, and they work on that, and they make a changes which were required, so they easily won so many medals and they become world number champion. Okay, so that's why our system is more important rather than goal. Okay, problem second, achieving a goal is only a momentary change. Okay, imagine you have a messy room and you set a goal to clean it. If you summon the energy to tidy up, then you will have a clean room for now. But if you maintain the same sloppy parade habits that led to a messy room in the first place, soon you will be looking at a new pile of clutter and hoping for another burst of motivation. You are left chasing the some outcomes because you never changed the system behind it. You treated symptoms without addressing the cause. Okay, so suppose that your room is always messy and your goal is to clean it. Suppose that one day you clean it, but you are not in the habit of cleaning it on a daily basis. So after the week and month, you will see that again your room is messy, because you have treated the symptoms. Your room were messy, so you clean it one day, and then again you didn't make a changes in your progress, like you didn't have a habit of putting your things at the right place, right place. So again that things will be a messy. Okay, so instead of working on your only symptoms, we have to find out our cause, that what is the problem, then we will able to handle that. Okay, achieving a goal only changes your life. Okay, for the moment. Okay, that is important. If you want to achieve a goal, so once you will get a goal, so that is a that will give you a little happiness, because that will be for only a moment, that will be not permanent. But if you will change in your habit and you will work on progress, so it will be a permanent. Okay, that's the counterintuitive thing about improvement. We think we need to change our result, but the results are not the problem. What we really need to change are the system that cause those results. When you solve problem at the result level, you only solve them temporarily. In order to improve for good, you need to solve problem at the system level. Fix the input and outputs will fix themselves. Okay, so I have already make you understand that if we want to change permanently anything and we want to good result, so we need to work on cause, what is the cause. And otherwise if we will make a change only in a result and we will focus result or we will work result oriented, so we will not get a result. Once we will get a result and after some time again we will in a same loop. Our third problem goes restrict your happiness. The implicit assumptions behind any goal is this: once I reach my goal, then I will be happy. The problem with goals first mentality is that you are continually putting happiness off until the next milestone. I have slipped into this trap so many times I have lost count. For years, happiness was always something for my future self to enjoy. I promised myself that once I gained 20 pounds of muscles or after my business was featured in the New York Times, then I could finally relax. Furthermore, goals create an either or conflict. Either you achieve your goal and are successful, or you fail and you are a disappointment. You mentally box yourself into a narrow version of happiness. This is a misguide. It is unlikely that your actual path through life will match the exact journey you had in mind when you set out. It makes no sense to restrict your satisfaction to one scenario when there are many paths to success. A system first mentality provides the antidote. When you fall in love with the process rather than the product, you don't have to wait to give yourself permission to be happy. You can be satisfied anytime your system is running, and a system can be successful in many different forms, not just the one you first envision. Okay, so here if we set any goal and we said that once we achieve that and we will complete that, then we have happiness. So that is a wrong way, because once you suppose you are working on any task and after the month, in a 1 month you are going to complete that, and before that you are restricts yourself that I will be not happy until I achieve that goal. So rest of month you will be unhappy and you will not work with happiness, because you have set a goal to be happy at the end of the month. So for only one day you will be happy, and might be if you didn't complete that work, so might be that day also you will be not happy. So that's why we need to focus on progress and we need to enjoy that process. Okay, so now our fourth problem: goals are at odds with long term progress. Finally, a goal oriented mindset can create a yo-yo effect. Many runners work hard for a month, but as soon as they cross the finish line, they stop training. The race is no longer there to motivate them. Of when all of your hard work is focused on a particular goal, what is left to push you forward after you achieve it? This is why many people find themselves reverting to their old habit after completing a goal. The purpose of a setting goal is to win the game. The purpose of a building system is to be a continue playing the game. True long-term thinking is a goal-less thinking. It is not about any single accomplishment. It is about the cycle of endless refinement and continuous improvement. Ultimately, it is your commitment, the process that will determine your progress. So, if we have set one goal and we will achieve that, so there will be no nothing to push us because we have achieved it. So we will what will happen, we will back to our normal habit, and that could be a bad habit, so there will be no changes because now we are again in our um, previous habit. So now because we don't have any next goal, because we have already achieved it, so our progress will be stopped there. Okay, that's why we need to focus only on progress, because our system will always push us for move forward. Okay, now we will see a very important point, that is a system of a atomic habit. Okay, that how system of a changing our little habit will always push us forward. Okay, so now we are going to start. If you are having trouble changing your habit, the problem isn't you, the problem is your system. Bad habits repeat themselves again and again, not because you don't want to change, but because you have the wrong system for change. Okay, so if you want to change any habit and you're not able to change, it means your system, your process of changing that habit is not good. So we need to make a change in that process. And in the same way, if you want to quite some bad habit, and if you are not able to do that, it means you need to think about your process, that where you are making a mistake and where you need to work on. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fail to the level of your system. Focusing on the overall system rather than a single goal is one of the core themes of this book. It is also one of the deeper meaning behind the word atomic. By now, you have probably realized that an atomic habit refers to a tiny change, a marginal gain, a 1% improvement. But atomic habits are just any old habit, however small. They are little habits that are part of a larger system, just as atoms are the building blocks of molecules. Atomic habits are the building blocks of remarkable result. Habits are like the atoms of our lives. Each one is a fundamental unit that contribute to your overall improvement. At first, these tiny routines seems insignificant, but soon they build on each other and fuel bigger wins. The multiply to a degree that far outweighed the cost of their initial investment. They are both small and mildly. This is the meaning of the phrases atomic habit, a regular practice or routine that is not only small and easy to do, but also the source of incredible power, a compound of system of compound of growth. So here we can see that atomic what are atomic habit, what is the system of that, if we as we know that atomic habit means that atom, we have seen the atom, little part of any material. So that is a one part. So if we will work on our atomic, it means a little part of our bad habit or good habits. So with the passage of time, that will start decreasing or increasing. Okay, if you are working on your bad habit, so that will be start decreasing, and if you want to work on your good habit, that atomic habit, so that will start increasing, and that will compound, and with the compoundation, that will one day that will be finished. Okay, so in this system we can change our habit through the atomic. Okay, so this was all about our today lesson, and tomorrow we will do a summary of this first lesson. Okay, whatever we have learned in last 2 and 3 days, tomorrow we are going to summarize that. Okay, so tomorrow video will be more important, because in tomorrow video you are going to get all the summary of the first chapter. Okay, and if you like the summary, so if you don't have too much time, so you can watch only a summary and you can read a summary. Through that also you will get all the important point of the atomic habits and atomic habits book. Okay, so thank you so much for today video, and I hope you enjoy it. So if you enjoy it and you are getting 1% betterment in your life in the reading habits, so you can like the video and you can comment down and you can give your valuable suggestion that what we need to change, that we can implement here and we can see a remarkable result. Thank you so much.